Inclement weather also moved today's African Landing Day ceremony indoors. People gathered in Hampton to remember the first recorded enslaved Africans brought to English North America back in 1619. Jordy Clark has more from the ceremony.
The drums, the music, and the chanting are part of a ceremony centered on remembering a moment that changed the course of American history.
History of African landing is part of our shared heritage. It's a local story, it's a national story, it's a global story.
Ewola Dance with Project 1619 says the goal is to tell a more complete story, one that includes the African presence and contributions to the making of America. The ceremony was held at the Hampton Convention Center because of the weather, but Fort Monroe remained at the center of the commemoration. That's where the first recorded enslaved Africans arrived at Point Comfort back in 1619.
Yes, being descendants of those who arrived here in 1619 is very special because we understand more than many what the travel looked like, how the Angolans felt in Angola.
Vincent Tucker is a descendant of Anthony and Isabella, two people who arrived aboard the White Lion back in 1619. He says that connection makes days like this deeply personal, but he also sees them as an opportunity to share that history beyond the descendant community.
I want everyone to understand American history, and Black history is part of American history. And what we have to understand is try to not adapt, but understand each other's culture.
That message was also reflected in the remarks from Congressman Bobby Scott, who attended the ceremony. And as the country marks 250 years, Congressman Scott says remembering that history also means recognizing the work that remains toward a, quote, more perfect union. And Dan says commemorating this history is also about healing.
I think that this is our story, and it's part of the healing. We know that the story and the history of slavery was disruption, but we know that what we each can do is help in healing.
In Hampton, Jordy Clark, 13 News Now.
Impactful ceremony there. For a full schedule and more information on the events and lectures throughout the week, visit 400yearsforward.com.